official multiverse of movies epic pre-game show. It's game day, everybody. Game day, everyone. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another spoiler discussion. Now, the audio right now, I hope it's working. And if it's not, let me know, because I am trying to get everything ready. Apparently, nothing's working. From what I'm seeing right now, everything should be good. So if something gets messed up, let me know. But we are going to be doing a spoiler discussion live for The Suicide Squad, James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, a brand new film in the DC EU that just came to us both theatrically and HBO Max. Hold up, let me set the camera a little better. I hope that's a little better of an angle. I don't know. So if something gets messed up, let me know in the chat. Earlier today, I tried to stream and things weren't working out. Things just weren't doing very well. It seemed as if many things weren't doing very well early in the stream. I had a stream ready for 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it wasn't working. I was trying to get in there, put all the images I needed, the intro, everything, and it wasn't working. So I deleted it. I thought I deleted it, but then I got a text from my boy Alex, who's in the chat right now, telling me that when am I going to go live? Hold up. Let me turn up the gain. Hopefully the audio is much better right now. Telling me when am I going to start? And I'm like, oh my God. So I go to my YouTube on my phone, and it's telling me that I'm supposed to go live right now. And obviously that did not happen. You know, obviously I didn't go live. I saw all the comments. I saw so many people just waiting for me, and I felt a little embarrassed. So I want to apologize to everyone who was, in fact, watching today or was hoping for an earlier stream. Don't worry, I got things settled. I got everything ready. I got my Suicide Squad Funko Pops here. You know, you got your boy Peacemaker right over here. You got even Polka Dot Man right here. I got to show off Polka Dot Man. Polka Dot Man's right here. You know, enjoying today's spoiler discussion. I think I'm gonna put him up here. You know, I think I should put Ratcatcher. Ratcatcher's not in frame. I didn't realize, but Ratcatcher is not in frame. But here's Ratcatcher 2. I have all of them. The only one I don't have is Rick Flag. That's mainly because, you know, I think I'm gonna leave the Ratcatcher there, so at least it's in frame. Then I'll leave Peacemaker there. I don't know where to leave Polka Dot Man. I don't want to put him here because the microphone's there. Also, let me know if the audio's cutting out or anything. Just want to make sure of everything. So we are going to go full into live spoiler discussions. I don't even know why I said live. Everyone knows it's live. But we are going to be going into live discussions. Wait, crap. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of wires here. But we already see quite a few people here on the chat. Let me put some emphasis that this is going to be a spoiler discussion. So if you have not seen the film, please go check it out before you watch this. Maybe if you haven't seen it already, maybe put this video on watch later or check it out later. Check out this video later after you watch the movie. That way you can come back and have some fun here. And for the people who want a non-spoiler review, it is actually on my channel. I believe it was my latest upload. So if you want a non-spoiler review, it will be on the channel. Let's read some of the chat, shall we? Let's read some of the earlier ones. And so we have The Senate will decide the way it took you a while. It did. Damn. DLW. The movie wasn't all that. Had fun, enjoyed it. It was forgettable, disagree. But hey, it's all subjective. If you liked it, you didn't like it, it's all right. We're going to discuss it here in spoiler fashion. Zachary Butler says, I love this movie. So did I. I loved it. And we're about to talk about my DCEU ranking. So if you guys want, y'all can leave y'all's ranking down in the comment section down below. And let me know what your ranking is of this movie as of now. Also, I forgot to show you guys, I got King Shark right here. my man King Shark. I got Bloodsport. I've showed you on Bloodsport before. He was the first one I've gone. I got Harley Quinn right here, and Polka Dot Man's not in frame again. Oh, I forgot. I guess I'll leave Polka Dot Man right there. Let him have some. Or I'll put him next to Ratcatcher. Yeah, there we go. He looks better right there. Cool will join as soon as I can. Got some stuff to do. Awesome. By the way, King Cucumber was the first person to send me his review. It was on one of my early videos. It was like the week, I believe it was a week before Suicide Squad came out. He gave me his review on the comment section. So shout out to King Cucumber. I did read it. It was awesome to see his review on it. It was cool. But yeah, let's see. Zachary Miller. Hi. Hey, what's up, Zach? Welcome to the stream. This movie was awesome, but it was also pretty sad at times. It was, and we're gonna get into that a little bit later. Senate will decide your face says, "Hey Isaac, what's up, Senate? Welcome to the channel, man. Let's go. Heck yeah. Also, I got a funny little story to talk about Alex. But I'll say that in a bit. But Zachary Miller says hi. I love this movie, so did I. And King Cucumber says I mispronounced that. King Cucumber. There we go. I don't even know why I said King Cumber. But yeah, we're going to be going into full-on spoilers. I also received a comment. Why is it not letting me pop up? But hey, hold up. Let me move the mouse a little bit. The wire on this mouse is just I hate this. Chad stream. Yep. Welcome, Milk Spoiled. So let me get into a quick recap of my review of the film. And I am going to go into spoilers. All right. You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going into spoilers. You guys are still here. You've either seen the movie or don't care for spoilers. All right. Let me say my MVP first. My MVP was Bloodsport. Now, I'm not too familiar with Bloodsport in the comics. I did actually read some comics this week after Bloodsport because I did love Bloodsport as a character. And then when I read the comics, I'm like, yeah, he's a pretty cool character. I mean, she shot Superman with the kryptonite bullet in the comics. They also said in the movie that he did. Sad that we didn't get to see the scene, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't part of the narrative, so it's fine. But this movie, from beginning to end, was a fun thrill ride adventure, which is completely amazing. And oh, wait a minute, we just got DLW. It was fun, but not all that like at all. Sorry, bro, but it is what it is. Hey, man, it's completely fine. All films are subjective. If you didn't like it, hey, man, that's all right. Movies are supposed to be experiential events. Experiential events, and if that didn't happen for you, man, it's completely fine. You don't have to apologize. But me, I love this film. I love it. I'll say my ranking in a bit, but let me review it spoiler wise. Ratcatcher 2, heck yeah, you got my girl Ratcatcher 2 right there. I was not also a fan of Ratcatcher, neither 1, neither 2 in the comics, but in the movies, amazing. Let me get into that a little bit. And we got our first spoiler discussion from Milk Spoiled. Hamid Burger. Thank you, Milk Spoiled, for the super chat, man. It means so much for you supporting the content here on the channel. The audio should be good. So if something bad goes on, let me know. But yeah, thank you, Milk Spoiler, for the first super chat here on the channel. Same MVP, loved Idris. Yeah. And this movie, the best thing this movie had was it got all these goofy characters. It got all these characters who most people aren't aware of, most people don't love, most people aren't very familiar with these characters, and was able to get you emotionally invested in each and every individual character. You felt comedy, you felt joy, you see it through every character, but you also understand them that they're mistreated. They're not loved, they're hated, they're despised. And this movie's best aspect was it was able to balance the comedic and the sad moments. It understood what it was, and it understood what it wanted to be. And the movie was able to have a comedic moment, a very hilarious moment, and then be sad and depressing just like that, and it didn't feel weird. And I think James Gunn, we got to give him, a round of applause, because that's some amazing filmmaking right there. Being able to balance out the comedic parts and the sad parts and make it seem realistic. That he proved that with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, and he proved it with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. If you've seen Slither, if you've seen Super, this was all a mesh of what he's good at. What James Gunn is good at is not only having gross out humor that makes sense and it is hilarious and have these funny comedic moments, but one thing that is so undersaid about him is how he's able to balance out these tones, because any other director would have walked into this movie and not understood the premise. They would have been like, it would have felt sloppy, it would have felt weird. Just look at Suicide Squad 2016. Tonally, that movie was not aware of what it wanted to be. This one knew what it was and knew from the get-go what it wanted you to do. And also, Alex even said it. The first 10 minutes of this movie sets you up with the fact, and one of the best things about this movie is that this movie proves to you that it has stakes. Anyone can die at any moment. No one is safe. In first 10 minutes, I was reviewing this movie to one of my friends on Sunday, and I told him that the first 10 minutes was basically the beginning of Saving Private Ryan, and he didn't believe me. We watched it, and he was like, "Oh, heck, you're right." And that's a good explanation. The movie, it starts off with telling you, yeah, this is the Suicide Squad. This isn't just Task Force X. This isn't just a group of bad guys who happen to have to team up. It's life is at stake, and the government could care less of who they're killing, and they're just going to do it like that. Savant, Blackguard, Javelin, Harley Quinn and Rick Flag were also there. Captain Boomerang, Mongal, Weasel. By the way, Weasel was hilarious. But those first 10 minutes was just, it was unbelievable the things James Gunn was willing to do. A lot of directors wouldn't have done what you did at the beginning. A lot of directors would have, hey, let's have this one big team and make them carry on the movie. 2016 Suicide Squad did that. They used the same characters, had them together, and had them carry the movie. This movie was like, no. We're going to start off with danger. We're going to start off by showing the audience the stakes. We're going to show them that no one's safe. And we're going to show them that these characters are human. These characters except King Shark, obviously. But these characters are like us. They live and they die. And I believe this movie did that perfectly. And, I got a lot more things to say, but to me, this movie was a masterpiece. It's my third favorite DCU film behind Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition and Zack Snyder's Justice League. Those are the only other DCU movies I prefer over this one. I think this movie is better than Man of Steel. I think it's better than Wonder Woman. And that's high compliments, because I loved Man of Steel and Batman vs. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman and Man of Steel to me are also masterpieces. This movie I believed was better. I think it's better than Aquaman, Shazam, Birds of Prey, and you guys know I like those movies. I think it's obviously better than the first Suicide Squad. I do not like that first. I know a lot of people do like, or not a lot, but I know there's an audience for it. I know people do like that first one. To me, I think this movie was superior in every way. And yeah, let's get into the comments. King Cucumber, same MVP, loved Idris. Heck yeah, man. I loved Idris Elba. The man deserves to be in big action blockbusters, and he proved in this movie that he is capable of carrying a movie. He's capable. He's the big star. He's a big star. And I'm so glad that DC came in, swooped him, and said, you know what? You're going to be a main guy. And Bloodsport, I love Bloodsport. I think Bloodsport, this dude right here, Bloodsport was just amazing. I think the guy is just awesome. He was great. And I really liked him. And he was Heimdall in the MCU. I didn't like how underused Heimdall was. All he does is in the first two movies is Bifrost open, Bifrost close, Bifrost open, Bifrost close. It's just that. I know he makes a cameo in Age of Ultron and Ragnarok. He just kind of runs away. And then Infinity War, he just dies in the beginning. But yeah, I think by the way, Idris Elba today got casted as Knuckles. He's gonna be doing the voice of Knuckles. I did not expect that. But my favorite character action wise was probably Peacemaker or Bloodsport. My favorite character comedy wise is Polka Dot Man and King Shark. I gotta agree with that. Bloodsport was my favorite action-wise. He's my favorite in general, but he was my favorite action-wise. Comedic, I would say Polka Dot Man and King Shark both. Like Polka Dot Man was hilarious. I love, man. Who would have expected that we live in a world where we'd see a movie with Polka Dot Man and Starro the Conqueror. Also, forgot to say, I love Starro the Conqueror. I thought he was gonna just, when I first saw the trailer. As much as I love the trailer, one thing that got me worried is how are they just gonna introduce Starro like that? But they did it. They did it. I'm gonna check something real quick. I'm gonna put this image. Oh crap! Oh no, I didn't mean. Okay, never mind. I'll put this image, and I'll be back in a few seconds. All right, sorry guys. All right, I'm back. Let's just start off with yeah. The only thing that I really didn't like was the Harley side plot, but it was just to explain how she already got over the Joker and how she feels emotionally. I'll admit I liked the side plot, but it also felt unnecessary and useless. I explained in my review that the only thing I didn't like about the movie was that the Harley side plot. She kills him. I am glad how quick it was. I am glad that it was just real quick. But I'll admit, when we were in that side plot, I was like, come on, let's get back to the actual squad. I want to see the Suicide Squad. I don't want to see, like, I like it for Harley's development, but I'll admit, I didn't love it that much. Also, I saw some people saying that Harley was their favorite character in the movie. I'll admit, I don't think she was even in my top 3. I preferred King Shark, Ratcatcher 2, Bloodsport. I even preferred Savant. I had more fun with Savant, but it is what it is. Also, I gotta check something right now, real quick. Guys, sorry about that, guys. Just have to check this thing. I don't get why the mouse has like the wire. It's just going down. It's annoying. Also, let me check something real quick. Let me see how it looks like on YouTube. See if everything. Yeah, it should be good. All right, it should be good. Everything should be good in the live stream. But the side plot. Let me get more into the side plot. I didn't hate it. I actually liked it, but I'll admit, while it was happening, I'm like, all right, come on, I want to see the squad again. And I thought it was great. But yeah, John Cena's a bad actor, but in this role, he got perfectly cast and is his best acting. I agree. I've been saying for a while, if for the people who watched my Fast 9 spoiler discussion, I think King Cucumber was there. And in that discussion, I said John Cena's a horrible actor. Or not horrible. I don't think he's a good actor. And Fast 9 was kind of a way of me saying, yeah, I just don't think he's a good actor. I don't think he can lead a movie. And while I was excited for Peacemaker, I was also a little worried. And I got to say, John Cena, this was his best performance. I think he showed so much progression, especially in the dramatic scenes when he's fighting Rick Flag, when he's about to kill Ratcatcher 2. And the character of Peacemaker, well, I've seen a lot of people saying he's a bad guy. Not necessarily. He's a good guy, but he has bad intentions. The guy believes in peace at all costs, no matter how many men, women, and children he has to kill to get it. And he genuinely does believe in what he's doing and saying. And he believes that peace is more important than anything. And I like that about Peacemaker. I like the character. I am so excited for the HBO Max series coming out on January. That's going to be all about Peacemaker. I'm so excited. John Cena seems excited. He's going all over Hollywood just wearing the costume. He went on Jimmy Kimmel Live with the costume. On the premiere, he went with the costume. So you can tell John Cena is definitely having fun with the role. But I got to say, I love Peacemaker. Peacemaker, John Cena, again, I think he was a horrible actor before this movie. After this movie, I see that James Gunn really can bring the best out of an actor. He did the same with Dave Bautista. I think he did the same with Zoe Saldana. Chris Pratt, although they were great, except Dave Bautista. He wasn't very good before, but all the other actors, he really knows how to bring the A game. I mean, Daniela Melchor, I believe that's her name, or Melchor. I don't know how you pronounce her last name. She plays Ratcatcher 2. I did not know anything about her before this movie. Also, let me lower down the audio, but I did not know anything about her before this movie. But let me tell you this right now, consider me a fan of hers because she was great in this movie. I think Ratcatcher 2, besides my boy Bloodsport, I'll say Ratcatcher 2 was my favorite character in this movie. And then I'll put someone my ranking character wise, I would say Bloodsport's first, Ratcatcher 2 second. Makes sense because it's 2. But Polka Dot Man's probably third, Peacemaker fourth, King Shark fifth, and Rick Flag, I liked him. I'll put him sixth. Harley Quinn, I'll put there. Amanda Waller would be somewhere there. Then the other characters, Savant, and all the other characters. But yeah, John Cena, man, gotta give him credit when credit's due. I've been criticizing him his entire acting career, but let me tell you, top-notch acting, great acting, just great from beginning to end. And you understood this character. You understood he isn't perfect. He's a douchey Captain America. He genuinely is. Also, let me lower the gain off this. I feel like I put it too high. And if I hurt someone's ears, sorry about that. But hopefully everything's better now. Okay. I like the side plot with Harley, but it's not really necessary to the actual plot. But it was good to break up the main story, I suppose. I mean, I'll agree. I think you summed it up pretty well. I liked it, but I'll admit it felt unnecessary. And I was like, come on, let's get back into what I want to see. But yeah. Milk Spoiled says the detachable kid carried this movie. Man, I'll say the funniest death in this movie. The funniest death in this movie was the detachable kid. You see his arms are getting shot at, and then you see him like in the back, just you see. Man, I found that so hilarious. I remember I was laughing during that scene because you see him with like his arm getting shot, and then he's just there, just By the way, Nathan Fillion, the fact that they brought in Nathan Fillion, such a talented actor, just for a quick role like that, man, that was awesome. Also, if you guys haven't heard the trend of Nathan Fillion Civilian Pavilion, in Canada, they're actually trying to get a pavilion in his town because he's a good Canadian kid. And they're trying to get like a pavilion named after him called the Nathan Fillion Civilian Pavilion. And I loved it. I remember when you first see his character in battle, is like sending the detachable kid, and then Harley's like, TDK stands for the detachable kid, and then you see him get his arms just come off. And I just liked TDK. I would have loved to have seen him throughout the movie, but his death scene was hilarious. The fact that they got in Michael Rooker, Pete Davidson, Flula Borg, and Nathan Fillion, all to just play these characters that just get killed off. When they brought in Pete Davidson, I knew him from Saturday Night Live. I think the kid's hilarious, and the fact that they brought him in for Blackguard and just to die, get his face shot off, was hilarious. Then Flula Borg as Javelin, I found that hilarious. Nathan Fillion, obviously, I said I loved him. Who else was I talking about? Crap. What is the other character I just mentioned? I do not remember. I don't remember what character. Okay, I just forgot what character I was supposed to talk about. But Weasel, the fact that James Gunn has a thing for putting his brother as small CGI characters. Sean Gunn playing Weasel. Weasel was hilarious. Did no one tell me the Weasel could swim? I love seeing Weasel, seeing him drown. And then with the post-credit, when we saw that he was alive, I love that. I hope we get to see a scene where he kills the 27 children that Rick Flag was talking about. I cannot wait for that to happen. And I'm quite excited. I'm pretty excited. And I cannot wait. Who else was there? Who else am I missing? What character am I supposed to be talking about right now? Captain Boomerang. I forgot to mention Captain Boomerang. I loved Captain Boomerang coming back. I was so excited when he came back because even though I hate the first Suicide Squad, I'm so glad that they brought in Captain Boomerang back. Jai Courtney, talented guy. They brought him back. I thought he was hilarious. His death scene, I thought it was cool. This boomerang because it was high, it was glowing, and then you saw him cut the guy's forehead off, or his head off. I mean, not his forehead, but slice there, and then you saw it slice some guy's neck, and then eventually he dies. I thought that was pretty cool. But there's, I love the Detachable Kid. King Cucumber says it's annoying because HBO Max ain't out in UK, so I won't be able to watch Peacemaker. Yeah, it's disappointing. I hope HBO Max, Disney Plus, they get things settled out. Because this whole thing of streaming, it takes a while. I'm not sure when they're supposed to be coming out, but I hope you find a way in the UK to watch Peacemaker. I'm assuming they're gonna find a way. I hope they do at least. And if you can't, I don't recommend doing this. I've always said that if you do this, you're an a-hole. But because for you it's impossible, I would say pirate it. I would say pirate Peacemaker. I'm not pro pirating. I believe pirating is completely idiotic, and if you do it, I'm sorry, but I disrespect you. But because you live in a region and you are willing to pay to watch it, I actually understand why you would pirate. And I don't know how you would be able to. I don't pirate myself. I'll admit, if you pirate, it's fine. But yeah, I hope you get to watch it, man. I hope you get to watch it, and I'm quite excited for Peacemaker. And I was actually pretty jealous when he sent me a comment in one of my videos before the movie came out, saying how much he liked Suicide Squad. And I was like, man, lucky dude right there. I've seen Suicide Squad 3 times already. I watched it with some of my friends on Sunday on HBO Max. By the way, I recommend you guys to please go watch this in theaters. This movie deserves that theatrical experience. I don't think there's a better way of watching this movie besides theatrically. HBO Max, look, the reason why this movie's flopping in the box office, it's not because of the Snyder stuff. It's not because of anything. It's because of HBO Max. So please, I recommend you guys to please go watch this movie in theaters. Go support your local theaters. But yeah, also let me get into the other comments. Okay, there we go. AI Lamau says, what are your thoughts on King Shark? I love King Shark. Sylvester Stallone voiced him very well. He was funny. He was hilarious. Num Num. I liked his connection with Ratcatcher too. How he starts off no friends and then he sees them as friends. I really like King Shark. I think he was hilarious. He was great. Sylvester Stallone fit the role very well, and I really liked King Shark. You got my boy right here. Oh wait, Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's not even in frame. I didn't even notice that. So I'll put Harley Quinn right here. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got this Jared Leto Joker poster. I have it in the back of my videos a lot. So yeah, I guess I really liked it. I really like it. But yeah, King Shark was hilarious. I really liked him. He was one of my favorite characters in the film. And I really liked him. Let me try remembering my favorite. I would say probably my favorite one moment I really loved was when they're in the club and what was it called? La Amable era. I know it was in Spanish. I should know this. What was it called? It was La Amable. I don't remember what that club was called. I feel like one of y'all may know what the club was called. I think it was La Gatita Amable. I found that name really hilarious. I was watching this with Hispanic friends, and they were aware of what it meant. The club's name was funny, but when they're in the club, you see a quick shot of King Shark, and he's just there vibing in the back of the van. And he's just there, and then you see him like biting his pinky. I don't even know how he has a pinky, but you see him biting it. I found that hilarious. But yeah, I really love that third act. Yeah, my favorite scene in this movie, besides the first 10 minutes, was probably when Ratcatcher, you see Starro, one of the controlled by Starro, say, "This city is mine," and then you have Ratcatcher pull her rat machine. And she says, "This city isn't yours. The city isn't ours. this city is theirs. You hear the music intensify, and then you have all the rats storm. You have Bloodsport like get in the hurdle position down, and you have the rats invade Starro, chew up the inside of his eye. It's hilarious, but chew the inside of his eye, and just you see like blood like coming out. You also have Harley, stab Starro in the eye. It was mainly the rats, but I guess Harley did help out in a way. And the rats just completely killed Starro. I saw someone before this movie on Instagram say that this movie might cause a lot of kids to want to go adopt pet rats. Oh my god! I just realized my laptop isn't even charging. But I gotta agree with that statement. Look, it wasn't even charging. Let me put this charging. So sorry guys. All right, I got things charging. Let me check. All right, Okay, I got it charging. I forgot to charge it. My stupid self forgot to charge it, and I saw right there it said it was about to decharge because I have not charged my laptop today, but I now got it plugged in. So yeah, sorry for that awkward, but yeah, support your local theaters. By the way, I want to say Alex worked at the theater. I'm not going to say the theater because it is going to be saying my location, and I do not want to reveal my location. No disrespect to you guys, but like I obviously don't want people to know where I live and all that. But Alex works at the theater close that I go to, and I'm not even going to say what kind of theater it is. But right after the movie, he asked me for my review, and I found that funny. But yeah, shout out to Alex. He was there, but I did feel bad because he couldn't watch it that day because he works at the theater that day, and so he had to watch it the next day. But yeah, it was cool seeing Alex. Pog. Andrew Casali says, I like Peter Capaldi as the thinker. I forgot to mention Peter Capaldi. Yeah, he was great as a thinker. He was actually funny, surprisingly. I thought he was just going to be the serious, I'm intelligent guy. But no, he was actually pretty funny. Like when you have Ratcatcher threatening him, saying, do you want an angry rodent scrolling up your butt? I'm not going to say the curse word. And you have Thinker say something like, you'd be surprised with my answer. And I'm like, I remember I was just laughing. I'm like, dang, Thinker's kinky. Either that or maybe he's just been spending too much time with the starfish. Although that would be false because they did say he goes to the club often. So he does have time off. And he probably does hook up with girls. But yeah, that scene with Ratcatcher with the rat thing. Also, Taika Waititi. I knew he was going to be in this movie, but I completely forgot until I watched the movie. And it was in the second scene. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that was part of the Ratcatcher scene where you have young Ratcatcher 2 talking to Ratcatcher 1, which is their dad, and you see Taika Waititi, and he's kind of explaining why they love rats because rats are some of the most, beautiful creatures, but they're always overlooked as these disgusting little beings, and so I really like that. But yeah, Peter Capaldi as Thinker, I loved Peter Capaldi as Thinker. I think he was great. To me, he was you could say the villain of the movie. Because of him, Starro hated humans. Because of him, Starro was tortured his entire life. Starro was sympathetic. He was tortured. He was taken by the Americans, put in Corto Maltese, and Thinker, was just testing, never let him out of his little bubble thing, whatever the place he was at, and just forced experiments on him. And so when I saw Starro kill Capaldi, or why am I saying Capaldi? I mean Thinker, I really liked seeing it. It was cool. You saw him rip off his arm and legs and then squish him up against the glass. That was exciting. Starro was awesome. I remember in my theater, there was a lot of laughs, and so I felt comfortable laughing. But when Starro shows up, when Starro finally gets out of his cage and you see Starro out in the open, I began laughing so hard, but I was the only person laughing that I felt uncomfortable. But I found it funny because, you never think Starro will ever be in a movie. It was kind of surprising. And, I really like Starro. I think Starro was great. I was so worried that they were going to underuse him. But surprisingly, he didn't feel underused. He was sympathetic. I felt like we had a lot of cool action from him. And now I live in a world where there's a movie with Polka Dot Man and Starro the Conqueror. I mean, this is a comic book fan's wet dream. Like, let's say that right now. That's a comic book fan's wet dream, to see Starro the Conqueror and Polka Dot Man in a movie. But that's amazing. Lit Alex says the scene where they go down to the Starro experiments, and I really love how you see a glimpse of Starro. I like how dark the scene got. Yeah, I think that was an amazing scene. I don't know much about what's his name? Joel Kinnaman. Joel Kinnaman is an actor I'm not too familiar with. But let me tell you, that scene, by the way, that's Rick Flag for those who don't know. But that scene where Rick Flag is mad and he's like, the Americans were involved in this. They're experimenting on children. You see him mad, you see him cry. To me, Rick Flag was great in this movie. I didn't like him in the first one, but I think he was great in this one. That scene where you see him say they're experimenting on children, amazing. And then especially his death scene when he gets stabbed in the heart. You even see the heart. That surprised me when you see James Gunn shoot, it shows his heart and you see it get stabbed, and you see Rick Flag say, "Huh, maintain the peace." I mean, or they call you. I forgot what it was. Something with peace. I loved it. I really liked it. And John Cena, man, what an actor he is. Man, John Cena, finally for once I can say that I like the John Cena performance, because man, oh man, he was great. And then in that dramatic scene, you see Ratcatcher take the file, and then Peacemaker go after her. I like that. I liked it. And man, Joel Kinnaman and John Cena. To me, John Cena was an actor who I thought was horrible, and then Joel Kinnaman is an actor who I'm not too familiar with. But oh god, they were just amazing. They were just amazing in this film. And that scene specifically, great. Again, I said it earlier, Daniela Melchor, I don't know how to pronounce it. The scene where she's about to die and she said, you hear panic in her voice. Great acting again. I think everyone was great. Even those small characters like Flula Borg as Javelin, Pete Davidson as Peacemaker, all the small characters. I think they were great in this film. I think they were great in this movie. And it just shows that James Gunn knows how to bring the best out of an actor. He knows their strengths and he knows their weaknesses. For example, Pete Davidson, I think, is a good example. James Gunn knew that Pete Davidson probably isn't good at the dramatic scenes. So he got him. He had only comedic scenes, and it worked best for everyone. And I think that's something that I got to give credit to James Gunn. He knows how to balance the right tone and emotion to every character. Star-Lord, Chris Pratt. He knew how to use him in Guardians of the Galaxy in the comedic moments and in the emotional moments. And I think that's the best thing James Gunn has. I said this earlier. The best thing James Gunn can do is not his wackiness. It's not how goofy he can go. It's not how extreme of a director he can become. The best thing James Gunn knows how to do is balance those tones and make you feel some type of emotion for each and every individual character. The fact that he's made me love a talking raccoon, a giant tree, a CGI shark, and a guy who shoots polka dots out of his hands, and even a giant starfish, just shows you that James Gunn knows how to bring the real out of a character. He knows how to bring the best of each and every individual character. And I got to give him props. But yeah, did you hear the box office of Suicide Squad? It doesn't seem good. Yep, it didn't do very well. It's flopped. It's flopping right now. The opening weekend for Suicide Squad has flopped. I believe it's made $26 million in the box office opening weekend. That is not good. It's slightly better than In the Heights, and what was the other one? Jungle Cruise. It's slightly better, but for such an expensive movie, not a good start off. Now this has caused a false narrative. A lot of look. I'm gonna say something that might sound controversial. I don't care who I offend. I know this is a community that's helped my channel grow. The Snyder fandom does not know how movies work. And I love the Snyder fandom. I mean, look, I even got a Snyder image right here. Zack Snyder made my favorite movie in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But a lot of the Snyder fans are saying that this movie failed because it didn't have Zack Snyder. This movie failed because Zack Snyder's not involved and it's not his DCU. I've seen a lot of people say that you shouldn't support this movie if you're a Zack Snyder fan and you're trying to restore the Snyderverse. Let me tell you this right now. False narrative. Do not listen to them. This movie failed for one reason and one main reason, and that is because of HBO Max. I don't care what anyone says. This movie failed because of HBO Max. This movie didn't fail because of Zack Snyder. This movie didn't fail because it wasn't part of Zack's DCEU. This movie did not fail because of that. It failed because HBO Max, the idiots at Warner Bros., want to put this movie on a streaming service. And you don't even have to pay an extra charge. I've said this before. Putting your movie onto streaming is like shooting yourself with the gun and hoping that something goes right. And Premier Access is Disney Plus, but HBO Max, they've proven that movies are damaged. Godzilla vs. Kong opened with 40 million in the box office, or 46 million. 46 million in the box office is good for a pandemic. But imagine the money it would have made if that movie had stayed in theaters and a theatrical exclusive only film. Sure, it's great on HBO Max. You can rewatch as many times as you want, but you also have to remember that causes piracy and that causes people watching the movie for free. All right, let me show you an example. On Sunday, I watched The Suicide Squad with friends. I owned the HBO Max account and I let them borrow it. I had around 5 friends, and they all got to watch it for free. And while, yes, I am paying a $15 monthly fee, theatrically, the theater and the movie would have made more money because each and every individual one of us would have paid $11 if it was theatrical. Now that it's on HBO Max, now you can get like a group of 30 people and only one person has to pay. Only one person has to pay. In fact, with 30 people, everyone can just pay 30 cents. I don't know. I didn't do the math, but it'd be less than $1. And it shows that HBO Max is causing more harm than good. Godzilla vs. Kong would have made a lot more. In the Heights flopped because it was also on HBO Max. Conjuring 3 didn't do very well because it was on HBO Max. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing Warner Bros. And Disney do this. I'm so glad that Disney right now doesn't have any other movies in store for Premier Access. I hope they don't anymore. But it's a proven module that it's not doing good. Look at Fast 9. Fast 9 did really well, and it wasn't on a streaming service. That movie wasn't on a streaming service, and it did pretty well in a post-pandemic world, or not post-pandemic, but also something we have to remember is the Delta variant is here. More people are scared to go back to theaters. Beforehand, there was already that group of people who were scared. Now the Delta variant is here, and now more people are scared, meaning less people in theaters. And you also have to put into consideration the UK. Like my boy King Cucumber here. King Cucumber, he's from the UK. They don't have HBO Max. So if you're from the UK and you want to watch this movie, it's not like you can go to theaters if you're scared of the Delta variant. And hey, look, it's all up to you how you feel about this. If you don't feel safe, don't go to the theater. It's all about how you feel and your safety. And while, yes, I do recommend go support your theaters, if you don't feel safe, don't go. But HBO Max not being in the UK and people in the UK or other places in the world that don't have HBO Max, now they don't even get to watch it at all because it's either watch the Suicide Squad or fear getting the Delta variant. And HBO Max has caused this rift. of fear. And not only that, but we're still living in a pandemic era. This movie is failing for those two main reasons. Not only that, but it's R rated. That means less butts in the seat. Children love to go watch these movies. Children want to go watch an action blockbuster. But because it's R rated, most parents are going to be like, hey, you know what? I'm not letting you watch this. And I'll be honest, if I was a parent, I probably wouldn't take my kid because there is a scene that they show male genitalia. So I would probably recommend not take your kids, but I hate how they're look. I love the Snyder fandom. I think Zack Snyder is one of my favorite directors of all time. He made my favorite movie of all time in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But I'm so sick and tired of seeing the fandom just be complete morons and idiots online and claim that this movie is not doing well because of the Snyder DCU. I'm sorry, but these movies are doing like Walter. Look, I'm gonna say something controversial. Walter Amada so far has done a great job at DC. Aquaman, $1 billion hit. Joker, literally, Joaquin Phoenix won an Oscar for that. Joker and made $1 billion, and it became the most profitable film of all time. Also, let me quickly check something real quick. All right. I'm back. But Joker, profitable movie. Now, Birds of Prey, financially. Oh wait, I forgot to mention Shazam. Shazam did pretty good. Financially, it didn't do too well, but it did pretty good. But it got 93%. A lot of people love Shazam, and meaning that the sequel, if it's in the right measures, will do better than this first movie. The stats show that if a movie does very well the first time, then it'll probably do well when a sequel comes. Even if it's not good financially, it'll do better based on how loved that other movie was. If Infinity War had been terrible, I guarantee you most people wouldn't have gone to go watch Endgame. But because a lot of people loved Infinity War and got good reviews, it caused Endgame's box office to increase because of that. And then after that, you got Birds of Prey. I like Birds of Prey. It did very well critically, or not very well. It just did all right critically. I like Birds of Prey. I think it was a pretty fun film. Financially, that movie did flop. Okay, that one's no excuse. That is part of Hamada's, Walter Hamada. That's a flop on Hamada's resume. Wonder Woman 84. That movie is another flop. However, there are more gains than flops. You have to notice that. And Wonder Woman 84 did flop financially. That movie I cannot blame at all, because remember, at the time, LA and New York, the two biggest markets for movies, both New York and LA, had their theaters closed. So I don't blame financially Wonder Woman 84, but critically and audience reactions were not good. So we do have two flops in a row. But the Suicide Squad, financially, while yes, it flopped, you have to understand why. And you have to see the context. HBO Max. HBO Max is a major part of this. And again, I'm so sick and tired of seeing Snyder fans say it's not. It is. HBO Max caused this movie to fall. Same thing with the R rating. And it's not because of, but Zack Snyder didn't direct this movie, or this isn't part of Snyder's DCU. Guess what? That's not part of it. And another thing that I do think has to be put into consideration is, while yes, the 2016 Suicide Squad movie did make $700 million in the box office, and yes, that is good. But you have to remember, it had like a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience did not like it. I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't like that movie. And that causes now a stain to this one, because remember, it's called The Suicide Squad. The only difference is it says "duh." No other difference. It's just duh. So to people who are in the general audience, who make up 80% of the movie-going audience, they'll see Suicide Squad and think, oh, remember that horrible Suicide Squad movie? And then when you look at the promotions, remember when they promoted Suicide Squad 2016, they promoted it as this fun, wacky, good time with a lot of pop music. Guess what? Same thing with the promotion this time. A lot of fun, wacky, maybe a little over-the-top humor with pop music. So the promotion to people with the failed IP of Suicide Squad, they're looking at them. They're like, why should I go watch this? It looks like the first one. And so I understand why this movie flopped in many ways. And I'm so done hearing people make these idiotic excuses. Also, wait, hold up. One of my wires just fell. Let me check it real quick. All right. Sorry, I saw one of the wires fall. I didn't like seeing it fall. But yeah, there's just so much, and I'm so tired of seeing Snyder fans say these moronic things. And look, you guys know, I am a Zack Snyder fan. I've loved every one of Zack Snyder, or I've liked every one of Zack Snyder's movies except Sucker Punch. I hate Sucker Punch, but I'm so done hearing the Snyder fandom needs a reality check. That's why I decided to depart my way from the Snyder fandom. I'm done with the fan base. I don't think we're at a position where we should be. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Sorry if I went too much on this. It's just I've like it's just I was getting I get DMs from subscribers on Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Link is in the description down below. But I'll often get messages, and I had a Snyder fan tell me, "Look, this is proof that without Snyder, the DC is nothing." And I told him this: DC was amazing before Snyder, and it will continue to be amazing. Yes, Zack Snyder to me had the best take on Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, some of my favorite characters of all time. And while I would love to have him on board, I'm not just going to be a Snyder fan. I'm a movie fan. I'm a DC fan above anything else. I'm also a Zack Snyder fan, but that's like part of the package. It's not the priority. It's just something I'm also in. But yeah, sorry I went too much on that. But yeah, if you were to ask me 5 years ago if I would ever see Starro in live action, I would say he would look stupid in the big screen, and I got proven wrong. Yeah, I agree, man. If you had told me something like, if you had told me Polka Dot Man was going to be in a movie 5 years ago, I'd say, really? Polka Dot Man? Polka Dot Man? Really? Because even when I first heard Polka Dot Man was going to be in this, I'm like, well, yeah, that's pretty stupid. Simple as that. But I loved him. I loved Polka Dot Man. And I even got a second Polka Dot Man Funko Pop just so I can take it out of the box. I should probably show you guys. I don't want to go get my Polka Dot Man Funko Pop, but here I have him in the box. I also have a non-boxed one. But yeah, Zack Snyder produced Suicide Squad though, but he didn't do much. A lot of times like this, when this happens, it's not necessarily that he was like big. It was mainly James Gunn, but Zack Snyder was at the side, not necessarily a major part of the movie. And also my debate wasn't if Zack Snyder was in this movie, because I've seen Snyder fans say that this movie failed because it wasn't part of Snyder's DCU. This movie had really nothing to do with Snyder. And yes, while his name was there, and I do remember seeing his name in the opening title cards, he really wasn't a factor into the movie. Like, he didn't do anything that caused the movie to change. Same thing with Wonder Woman 84. Same thing with Aquaman. Same thing with really almost any Zack Snyder produced movie. Besides the first Wonder Woman, I would say, and also Suicide Squad 2016. Besides those movies, none of them are really technically produced by Zack Snyder. But yeah. Also, Rhea, what's up? Rhea? Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah. So wait, hold up. What comment was I on? I reread that one. Yes, I agree. The toxic Snyder fans are just bombing everything that's not Snyder. Yeah, I agree. This isn't a Snyder issue. This is a toxic community issue. And the biggest problem with this community is not the fans. The problem is a lot of us YouTubers who are part of the Snyder fandom, we don't call out the BS. Look, I'm not going to name any names, but most of y'all know who I'm going to talk about. But there's so many Snyder YouTubers who will never say anything about the toxic side, and it just gives us all a bad reputation, because that was the problem I had early on my channel. Early on my channel, I was shilling for these fans. I was a shill for these fans. And I would never say anything bad or negative. But the thing is, me doing that now caused more harm to the community. And while, yes, I'm a tiny, nobody cares about YouTuber, I'm a small YouTuber, I'm practically irrelevant. I, as a YouTuber, should at least be informing some the small people that watch my videos. I should at least be capable of calling out the negativity when it's there. When something bad goes on, I have to call it out. And as a Snyder fan, I've seen this community come down so low as to the point that we're review bombing Godzilla vs. Kong. And me, as a Snyder fan, I got to come out and call it out. And I do believe that a lot of the Snyder fans here on YouTube just keep their mouths shut because they're afraid of losing subscribers. I'm not afraid of doing that because at the end of the day, I'm a movie fan. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a movie fan who happens to have a camera. That's really the only difference between me and most of the people here in the comment sections. And I believe a small part of my responsibility is to call out the BS when I see it. I'm sorry, but a lot of these Snyder YouTubers, as much as I love them, they're not calling out the negativity when it's there. They just kind of hide from it. They just say, oh, the Snyder fandom is so positive. We're so great. We raise money for charity. All right, then how about we start talking about not harassing people? All right, like let's not harass people. Let's not harass people. I mean, simple as that. Like, bullying and harassing is completely wrong, and spreading false rumors is the pinnacle of that. And it needs to end. It needs to end. And I'm going to call it out because as a Snyder fan, it's the thing I can do. I can't do much, but one thing I can do is call out the negativity. And while, yes, I'm hashtag restore the Snyderverse, I'm also someone who calls out the BS. All right. And I do think part of the fandom, or at least the YouTubers, the people who are big on social media for the Snyder community, we need to call it out. We need to call it out, but some of us don't want to. Some of us don't want to. Also, let me fix this wire. Let me fix it real quick. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm sorry for ranting, man. I feel bad for ranting, but I'm so sick and tired of seeing the Snyder fans, how toxic this community has become. But yeah, it be its own DC fans throwing shade at other DC movies. And yeah, look, if you're a DC fan, watch every DC movie. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, you like it. And I've seen some Snyder fans say that you shouldn't watch this movie because it makes you unloyal to the fandom. I'm sorry, but I'm a DC fan over a Snyder fan. I prefer watching DC, or I don't prefer. I'm a bigger DC fan. I was a DC fan before Zack Snyder came in, and I'll be a DC fan after Snyder leaves. And part of that is watching the Suicide Squad and supporting it because I genuinely believe that as a fan. Hold up. Oh my. Sorry, guys. Why is this happening now? Okay. I think I'm good. I don't get what. Okay, I think I should be good. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean that to happen. But yeah, DC fans, we got to unite. And we got to just call out the BS. All right. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking about that for now. But yeah, both times I watched the Suicide Squad, I was in a packed cinema, probably because there's no HBO Max over here. Makes sense. My cinema really wasn't packed. There was quite a few people. Most of them seemed like diehard fans of hoping to see Suicide Squad. I even saw one girl dress up kind of like Harley Quinn. I didn't get to see what her outfit looked like, but she did seem like she was wearing the Harley Quinn jacket, the black and red one. But my theater wasn't completely packed, but there was enough people to where you could feel the vibe of the room. But yeah, do they do pops for the characters at the start, like Javelin, the TDK, Savants, and etc.? I'm not sure. I've not done research, but from the boxes, it seems like they only have like the main characters. You can see there's some of the main characters. I've not been able to find any of the other ones, but I do have Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, Polka Dot Man, Ratcatcher 2, King Shark, and Bloodsport. I actually got the Harley Quinn with the dress because there's two Harley. This one's the jacket one, which I prefer. I also got the dress one, which is right here, but I actually gave it to my sister just because I didn't really want another Harley Quinn, but I had gotten it already. But yeah, I'm a big Pops fan. I really like Funko Pops. But yeah, also, why is the lighting so dark now? Let me try checking if I could affect the lighting. Okay, so I guess we got a little more right now. I think this should look better. Oh yeah, it does. So yeah, we got more light now. Don't know why I didn't put this earlier. But yeah, we read that. I'm pretty sure the only movie Polka Dot Man was in before was the Lego Batman movie. I think that's true. I don't remember. But I believe Polka Dot Man's only other movie, like as a whole, was probably the Lego Batman movie. But I gotta say this right now, I feel like we're gonna see more of Polka Dot Man in the mainstream, like on animated movies or something like that. I feel like we'll see more of Polka Dot Man eventually. Probably not in the DCEU, but yeah. But yeah, my mom said Peter Capaldi just acted like the Doctor from Doctor Who, but with a different outfit and name. I've never watched Doctor Who, but I do know that's Peter. I think that's probably the most popular thing Peter Capaldi has done. Uh, but I don't know if to say yes or no because honestly never seen Doctor Who. I will say I do love Peter Capaldi and I really liked him in this film. I think he was great in this movie as Stinker. I didn't expect him to be this good because I remember in the trailers he's barely in it, and I'm like, hey, pretty cool. But yeah, Capaldi definitely did. He just got a certain way he speaks in a comedic moment, very pretty similar to him as a doctor. Hold up, let me check. Let me move the lighting a little bit. Let me move it a little bit. See if I can get a better. Okay. All right, we're back. Let me. All right, there we go. Always remember. Oh, by the way, I apologize to Always Remember. I feel like I got too preachy on that other comment. Sorry about that. Always Remember. I didn't mean to get too preachy, but sometimes I do. But yeah, do you think Iron Cut is better than this or not? I think it would be much better. I can't say. We haven't seen it yet. I would love to see the Iron Cut. I am a big Air fan. Hashtag release the Air Cut. But as on a hypothesis and prediction base, we're only going to go hypothetical because obviously the movie hasn't come out, so we can't really say anything as of now. But if we're going hypothetical and prediction wise, I would say no because I'm a bigger James Gunn fan than I am a David Ayer fan. I like David Ayer. I think he's a great director, and I would love to see his cut. But if we're going prediction based, I would probably say James Gunn's movie because I'm a big James Gunn fan. I really like James Gunn's comedic and tone. I love him as a director. And I would say prediction based, I would say Gunn's movie. Also, let me move it a little more again. Sorry guys, I just want to make sure the lighting's good. All right, so I moved it a little bit. Sorry guys if I keep getting up. It's also a way to stretch out my legs because I remember I did this stream once where I was just sitting down and I didn't move, and I realized how bad of an idea that is because there were when I would get up, I remember my legs were so dead that I'm like, yeah, now when I do streams in the future, I'm just gonna move up a little bit. But yeah, but I would love to see the haircut. Look, and again, it's just prediction based, but I would say I probably would prefer the James Gunn movie. Next comment. Always Remember says, unfortunately, I didn't enjoy this movie. It was just meh. Hey, man, it's completely all right. It's all subjective. If you didn't like the movie, that's fine. And, I've seen people say they didn't like it. Me, personally, I loved it. I think it's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. I would say top 10 comic book. I would probably say even top 6. To me, the only comic book movies that I prefer than this one is Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi one, Dark Knight, Batman vs. Superman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League. So that's 2, 3, 4. Wait, was there another? Yeah, I would probably put 5. I think I would put it as 5. I prefer this movie over Joker, Logan, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers. I prefer this movie over that one. So I would say this is a top 5 comic book movie to me. But yeah, like 2.5 stars. I don't do rating. I don't do ratings anymore. But if I did, I would probably give this movie a 10 out of 10. But yeah, I did not think the squad that they wait. Hold up. I did not think the squad that they are am rec. Wait, hold up. Sorry. I did not think that the squad that they I don't know what word that is. That would die in the first 5 minutes. Oh, okay. So I'm assuming what you're saying is you didn't expect that team to die so quickly. Um, yeah, I'll agree. I did not think that all those characters were gonna die so fast. Wow, they died really quick. Also, let me change the line again. Okay. Um, yeah. Sorry, I just need to move. I just need to move and walk. But yeah. I'm sad Boomer died so fast. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I was so excited when they brought in Captain Boomerang back because I think he was Captain Boomerang was great in that first movie. Even though I didn't like, uh, even though I did not like Suicide Squad 2016, I actually really liked Captain Boomerang. I think Jai Courtney was perfect. I like his Australian voice. Um, something I found funny in the first movie, they said he had a unicorn fetish. In this movie, they didn't show any pink unicorns. Surprisingly, I really thought James Gunn was going to jokingly bring like a pink unicorn. And also, since I have a David Ayer fan here, probably some of y'all are probably looking for the Ayer cut. Fun fact: in the credits for this Suicide Squad movie, you have a section that says "Special Thanks to," and one of the people they put was David Ayer. So I guess that's a little nice thing. And I was listening to a podcast earlier. I forgot what it was called, but if you search up on Spotify, James Gunn, there's this podcast that came out, I believe, Wednesday, and James Gunn at some point he talked about David Ayer, how he thinks David Ayer is a great guy, and he thanked him for letting him make this movie, and he even said that he was jealous when Ayer got to direct the movie back in 2016. And I think it's nice. I think the way James Gunn's talking about Ayer is pretty good, and I think I don't see the hate for Gunn. I see Snyder fans hate James Gunn, but I think I don't get the hate. I don't understand the hate, and yeah, um, I love the rewatchability in this movie. Heck yeah, man! I've seen it 3 times already. I love it. I love it. But yeah, the squad they marketed the most. Oh, all right, yeah. They marketed them quite a lot. But to be fair, in the marketing, it did seem like they were just gonna have that one scene. But yeah, also hold up. Crap. Sorry, guys. Also, I said this. I don't know if any of you guys were there to watch my prediction for who's gonna die and who's not. I said Rick Flag would die, and I remember I had some people say no, he'll stay alive. I saw a lot of people doubting me, but I was right. I was wrong about Peacemaker, and I was wrong about Savant because I think I said Savant wouldn't die, which I was obviously wrong about that. But I said Rick Flag would die, and I was right. I was right. I was so right. I was so right. Let's look. Let me actually even get the image out. Let me take out the banner too. So here's some of the list. So you wait, hold up. Hold up. Let me check something real quick. Sorry, guys. All right, let's get back. So here's the cast. You have the cast right here. I was right that Rick Flag was gonna die. I was so completely right. Um, and yeah, I was right about Rick Flag dying. But here's the cast. I think Weasel was great. Captain Boomerang was great. Javelin was great. TDK was great. Savant was great. Polka Dot Man was great. Peacemaker was great. Rick Flag was great. Ratcatcher 2 was great. King Shark was great. And Bloodsport was great. I believe that's the whole cast. Actually, let me see this other image. Oh, wait. I think they forgot to put Mongal in that image, but Mongal is there. I think Mongal, look, I don't want to be mean, but I like Mongal. I think Mongal was great, but I think she was my least favorite out of the squad. but I did like her. I like how she was yelling, "Don't worry, boss, I got the bird," and then she holds on to the um, to the helicopter, and I think she had the most gruesome death. You see her burn to death, which is pretty sad and depressing. But yeah. Who else am I missing? Well, Blackguard. I don't even think Blackguard was in that image. Yeah, no, Blackguard's not in this image. Oh my god, they really are missing some characters in that image. But yeah, Blackguard. I really like Blackguard, and also Weasel. Oh, I know Weasel was there. Weasel was there. My bad, my bad. But I liked Weasel. I was so excited to see Weasel come back. But guys, we're gonna end off the stream in 5 minutes. So please drop your final comments down below. For the spoiler discussion, do you have any final things? We've gone over an hour. My voice right now is dying, and I am gonna have to go take a. I'm gonna go rest up, and don't worry, we're getting more videos up this week. We are gonna be doing a review for Free Guy this weekend, so that's fun. So make sure you're on the lookout for the Free Guy review. I'm not gonna do a spoiler discussion for that one. I know What If comes out tomorrow. Oh my god, I just remember What If comes out tomorrow, which I'm not too excited for. But also, I actually made a new intro. So you guys know I have this other intro that I'll often put, that I'll often play, the exciting intro, the one that starts off with Jared Stroger laughing. But I made this new intro. So I know some of you guys have already seen it, but for those who haven't, let me know in the comments if you like it. So I'm going to play it right now. I just wanted something short and simple. That's what she said. I just wanted a short and simple intro. I edited it out. I edited it, and I like it. I think it's just quick to the point. I wanted a quicker intro. Let me actually play it again. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you liked it. But yeah. King Shark, Harley, and Ratcatcher 2 are good. The rest of them are forgettable to me. I just look again. It's all subjective, but I really liked King Shark. Harley, I will say, was not my favorite. I would say not even top 5. I don't know where I would put her. But Ratcatcher 2 I loved. Ratcatcher 2 was my second favorite character. I really like Peacemaker. I really liked Polka Dot Man. The other small characters like Savant, Blackguard, Javelin, TDK, Mongal, I liked them too. Rick Flag, Amanda Waller was great. Even the small side characters who are working for Amanda Waller, I think they were great. But I gotta say, my boy Bloodsport to me was my favorite. I really liked him. But yeah. Do you think they will bring Deadshot back in the sequel if it happens? Yeah, I know what happened is James Gunn actually did want to bring in Will Smith for Deadshot. That was the plan, but Will Smith's schedule was too busy on his schedule and he wasn't able to be in the movie. And they brought in Idris Elba. Early reports were saying that he was going to be Deadshot, but instead they decided to go with Bloodsport. And I like the choice, and I believe Will Smith, if he likes this, if Will Smith loves this movie, I believe he would be willing to come back for the sequel. And I feel like James Gunn would be willing to put him in, especially now that we've gotten Deadshot and Bloodsport set up. Now you can have them together, and I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, this is probably the final comment. I'm already dying of dehydration right now. Let me actually drink a little more water. But I just realized Scorsese's in your intro. Yeah, he's my logo. Let me see if I can find an image of my logo. Well, it's in the top right corner. No, it's in the top right corner right here. Yeah, Scorsese is part of the logo. So he's part of the intro. Yeah. Wait, hold up. All right. So we're about to end it off, but yeah, Scorsese is part of my logo. It's not because, obviously Scorsese is controversial because of his comments he said over comic book movies, but I put him there just because of 2 reasons. Number one, he's an icon in movies, and I kind of wanted to put him in the logo. And number two, it was more as a joke because I know Scorsese right now is either a you love him or hate him kind of guy. I love Scorsese. While I do agree the comments he said were stupid, Scorsese, I like him as a director, and so I just put him there. He's not my favorite director. My favorite director is Steven Spielberg, but because of memes, I put Scorsese as part of the intro. I also put it like a bag of popcorn. It took a while to put the intro, but I mean, not the intro, the logo, but also the intro. But yeah, that's probably going to be it. Thank you guys again for being a part of today's stream. By the way, shout out again to Hamid Burger. Let me put him back. I think, or not, he did put that, but his name is Milk Spoiled. Shout out to him, man. He sent in the super chat of today's stream. So I want to give him credit. Credit to due. He did send in a super duper awesome super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel in any way that you can. Thank you again. And I want to thank every one of you guys. We had an amazing time today. I did not expect too many people because typically I'll have some people tell me that they can't make it because, obviously they're either busy or mainly because of not being able to watch the movie on time. But I want to thank you guys again for being a part of the spoiler discussion, whether you're live or you're watching the replay of the stream. But I want to thank all of you guys for, this whole journey throughout the Suicide Squad, because I've been talking about this movie for quite a long time. I've been excited for this film for such a long time. And, I want to thank you guys again for joining me here on the stream, taking the time out of your day, taking an hour of your day just to be here and talk about my favorite things in the wonderful world of movies, movie news, movie reviews, anything. I want to thank you guys again for all that. And, remember, I dropped a trailer reaction when the first trailer with the song Dirty Work came out. So, yeah, it's been quite a journey. I remember DC Fandom dropping that intro that they had. It's been amazing. It's been fun. And I cannot wait to see what James Gunn does in the future. Thank you guys for watching. Also, I let Alex reminded of something. Bird. But, yeah, man, it's been such a journey. It's been such a blast. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, and also shout out to Alex again, because he was in the theater and he got to hear my review before anyone else got to, even before my Instagram got to see my review. But yeah, I'm also hand. Oh yeah, wait, hold up, the Funko Pop. Yeah, it shows him raising his hand. I was joking with one of my friends, and I said, imagine if instead of doing that, after what King Shark did with his hand, imagine if he pulled down his pants, whipped out his dingle, and then just said, the word. But yeah, also fake mustache. Oh yeah, Alex put it. Fake mustache. Worst fake mustache I've ever seen. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys next time. And yeah, I guess that's it.